gratefulness is the key to joy. Everything gives me joy. Of course, there are many things that are terrible in our world today, but it gives me joy to be around, to be able to interact with people who try to make the world better, to see what's going on, even the difficult things. I don't even think that I take a very central position in that gratefulness movement, but the center is, and the bulk of the movement is really count your blessings, this sort of idea of gratefulness. And our special emphasis is that you cannot be grateful for everything, but you can be grateful at every moment, because even if something is given to you for which you cannot be grateful, you can be grateful for the opportunity that it gives you. Suffering is part of life. Suffering is always connected with anxiety. Anxiety is inevitable in life, but fear is optional. So whether it's in public life or in private life, moments in which you're really, really challenged are times where quite spontaneously you live in the present moment. There, if you distrust life, if you fear life, you are simply paralyzed. You can't even go on. And if you respond to what the present moment is bringing to you, then this is the expression of trusting in life. Fear not. Fear not. And the opposite of fearing is trust. So it's really basically trust life. And if you fear not, life will show you the way. You don't have to have your ideas. It's good to have your goals, big ideals, big values, but not too clear an idea of how it's going to do, how you're going to do it. Life knows better. Spirituality is measured by our aliveness, and that means aliveness in the body, even in sickness. So it makes a difference whether you're alive to your body or whether you are somehow resisting it or cutting yourself off from it. Being really alive in your body, be alive in your emotions, being alive in your intellectual interests, all this is really part of spirituality. To be aware, to listen, and to respond. And that means then also political situations that we are responsible for. And then what most people think of first when it comes to spirituality, alive to the great mystery of life. And when I say mystery, I mean very concretely a reality, or rather an actuality, because it acts on us, but we can understand it if it grasps us. Mysticism is the experience, not talking or thinking about, but the actual experience of oneness with all. That is basically the core of all mystic experience. That we belong to that great mystery with which we are most strangely also at the same time confronted. We belong to it and we are confronted with it. So every human being has a mystic experience, and one can really say the mystic isn't a special kind of human being, but every human being is a special kind of mystic. What is the gift of death? Well, the first thing that comes to mind is that knowing that we have to die, and that, if we take it in the right way, ought to make us appreciate the value of every moment, because this moment brings me something. This moment asks something of me. This moment is an opportunity to come alive. And if I miss this moment, life is so generous that I get another opportunity. However, we are already a little closer to death. So life has only so many opportunities. We don't know how many. So this already is a great gift, because it makes us come alive. Death makes us come alive. If we look at the essence of grateful living, it is, as I keep repeating, trust in life. And that is also the center of every spiritual tradition, trust in life. And therefore, even the expression of thanking and living gratefully crops up in all the different spiritual traditions. And every one of the great religions will say, gratefulness, oh yes, that is very central for us. It is, because its essence is this trust in life, and that is the center also of every spiritual tradition. My hope for the future is that when I look at people today, all our people who are working with us and helping us, and volunteers, and they are also enthusiastic. And my great hope is they won't lose their enthusiasm, that this enthusiasm will continue and even grow. There's no limit to the growth of enthusiasm. That would be my greatest hope.